it's building AI.
Yes.
And you said that you started to worry about the dangers after the ChatGPT came out in 2023.
Yes.
What was it about ChatGPT that caused your mind to change or evolve?
For ChatGPT, most of my colleagues and myself thought it would take many more decades before we would have machines that actually understand language. Alan Turing
Good morning. Good day. Hi, everybody.
Hello.
Good afternoon.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
Good
Good
morning.
afternoon.
Good morning.
Hi.
Hello.
Hello. Hello.
Hi. I'm
Hello,
Shani.
hello.
Absheni.
Hello.
Hi,
Good
Bumelang.
Absheni.
morning.
I
I'm
guess
Shane.
Morning, morning.
Morning, morning.
let's start and honor the people that are here. I see that it is 12 o'clock. Thank you for all the activity, guys. Primi is gonna kick us off and just let us know how we're gonna run the session. Can I ask everyone to please go on mute because we then can't hear each other. So if you're unmuted, just check yourself.
Yes,
Hi, hi everyone. I don't know
hi
if you guys
everyone.
hear me. We're just struggling with network. I wanted to give us maybe 2 minutes just to let everyone in, then we can start.
Perfect. Primi, I think. I'm not sure if I'm getting muted on my side or is there someone that is clicking mute all by mistake? Okay, it doesn't look like it's muting still. Primi, you can kick off. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Can hear me.
Okay. I think let's kick off.
Can I
Primi.
ask that everyone please mute their mics? There's some echo going on. So we're gonna start. So on today's session, it's just an information session. Basically, we're just gonna be talking about who Seeds of Africa is, our partnership with Yes. So first things first, I just wanna welcome everybody. I hope you guys are good in this gloomy weather. Everyone is doing okay. Just to let you guys know, I think first things first, I'm gonna introduce our team. The team. So basically, on our scope today, it's introduction to the Seeds of Africa and the team, and we also have the Seeds of Africa and Yes partnership. We also have the program overview, and then we also have our reflections from the alumni. And then at the end, we're gonna. So I want to let you guys know that as we are going on with this, if you have any questions that you'd like to ask, just note them down for Q&A at the end of the session. I hope that's clear. So first things first, just as a reminder, please may I ask that you guys please mute your mics. I'm going to introduce the team. Speaking on the line at the moment, it's Primrose Ngwenya, the program manager of Seeds of Africa under the Enterprise Supplier Development. And then I'm going to introduce Jane Chapman. She's the founder and the strategic director. I'm also going to ask our CEO to just greet you guys. Her name is Rudzani Rachitanga. Hi, Ruth.
Good morning, everyone. Hi, Prim.
Hi,
Hi, Ruth.
Morning. Hi.
Okay, I think we just have a few glitches with the internet. I'm going to move on to Sally Filion, who is our COO under the Early Childhood Development. Hi, Sal.
Hi, Sally.
Okay, I think she's also struggling to connect. And then we're going to move on to our COO, Val Mhlongo, under the Enterprise Supplier Development. Hi, Val.
Hi, Val.
Hi everybody. How's everybody doing?
You're good.
Good.
Pretty
Thank you
good.
for joining. You'll be hearing more from me a little bit later on, but I'm so excited to see you guys here. But yeah, Primi, go ahead, do your thing, and then I'll jump in when it's my turn. But nice to see you guys, everyone. Nice to see you here.
Thank you so much.
And then on the picture there, you will see that's me, Primrose Ngwenya, just as I introduced myself, the program manager under the Enterprise Supplier Development. And then the next person is going to be our Berry White, Kulegani Gunene, who is the program coordinator under the for all the digital programs. Hi, Kulegani, we call him KK. Hi, KK.
Hi guys,
Hi, KK.
nice to meet you guys.
Nice to meet you.
Okay, moving along, we've got our program coordinator, who is Notando Tukwane. She's going to be the program coordinator under the Bootcamp program. Hi, Notando.
Hi everyone.
Hi, Notando.
Hello, Notando.
Hi.
It's good to have you guys.
Thank
And then,
you.
Likewise.
last but not least, we have our vibrant, very vibrant Tshepiso Rangaka, who is our IT support specialist. I think for all your IT queries, he's the guy, he's the go-to guy. Hi, Tepi.
Hello guys, how you guys? Oh my god.
Oh my
Hi,
God.
Tippy. I hope you're
Hi,
good.
Kopiso.
Hi. Hi there.
Thank you guys. That is our team, our Seeds of Africa team. I think you're gonna be interacting with us going forward throughout the program and all that. Just as a reminder, please, if you have any questions, just note them down. We're gonna accept questions at the end of the session. Moving right along. I'm gonna just explain a short brief. Sorry, can I ask that you please mute your mic? I'm just gonna explain briefly about who Seeds of Africa is. Seeds of Africa was founded in 2010. It was founded with a simple yet powerful belief that every person, no matter their background, deserves the opportunity to grow and thrive. What began as a small act of care and giving hope in underserved communities has blossomed into initiatives families, educators, and entrepreneurs through our skills development programs. Over the years, we have worked alongside thousands, planting seeds of hope and creating pathways to brighter futures. So Seeds of Africa was founded by Jane Chapman, as I had mentioned earlier. We've been in this business since 2010. So that is just a short brief about who Seeds of Africa is. Not to waste any more time, we'll move on to the Yes and Seeds of Africa partnership. I think I will allow Rizani to kindly. Okay, I think she's, sorry guys, I think she's struggling with network. So can I ask that Val, please, maybe if you can take us through the Seeds and Yes, Seeds and Yes partnership, please. Val. Okay,
Hi, Primi. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Hi, apologies about that, guys. I think when the weather is bad, everything doesn't work. I'm sure that I'm not the only one that has experienced that. Okay, so as Primi mentioned earlier, my name is Val Mhlongo. I am the COO, and under my department is where our enterprise supply development programs are. And we have various partners that I'm going to tell you about in a few short slides. But we just wanted to get this opportunity in order to meet with you so that we can give you peace of mind that, you know, this program that you clicked on wasn't just a strange name that came up on social media one day, that it is a credible company, a credible nonprofit organization that has years of experience working within communities, especially amongst young entrepreneurs as yourselves. So how do we come about with Yes? How does this partnership happen, and what leads us to this point? As you guys will know, you are within the Yes network, and that means that you understand that Yes has a clear priority of creating jobs in South Africa. And they are not just focusing on corporate companies where the jobs must come from, but they are also now starting to capacitate young entrepreneurs such as yourselves to be part of the solution to this job creation thing that everyone is talking about. So beyond your businesses just being successful and sustaining you and your families, we really are partnering with Yes because we understand that entrepreneurship is a very viable vehicle to job creation. We work with entrepreneurs, and we all know that just one person that you employ within your business is able to support a few other people. I mean, we were just looking at the job creation within your cohort, the guys that have applied. And it's very, very clear that we need more entrepreneurs, we need more businesses, because you guys, I think we were sitting at 968 jobs that have come from the 400 and something odd of you that have indicated your interest. So that is really at the forefront. And yes, we are an implementation partner. I think, Tepi, you went on too fast. We are an implementation partner for Yes, who is driving an SME development initiative, and they are training people in entrepreneurship and capacitating entrepreneurs across South Africa, trying to harness and harvest these entrepreneurs that are going to make the most difference in terms of job creation. So just to give you a view, as Primi would have mentioned, that we have been around for quite a while. If you lose me at any point, please just let me know, but I'm just going to continue. So I'm not seeing any faces, I'm just seeing the slides. Primi has mentioned that we've been around since 2010. And in that time, we are trusted by these organizations that you can see on the screen. Entrepreneurship Development Trust is a trust that sits under Investec. They are not Investec, but they are a trust that was formed under Investec in order to support entrepreneurship development initiatives in South Africa. They are one of our anchor funders. They've worked with us for quite a while. We have a very good relationship with them and a lot of success stories coming from that relationship. And then we have Investec itself. Investec has a corporate, social corporate initiative that we work under as well, and they capacitate our early childhood development. But last year, they actually started showing interest in entrepreneurship development, which is very exciting for us. And then, of course, we have Yes, that has taken on this mammoth task with their volume and with their scalability. They are able to help us reach more entrepreneurs. Yes has a national footprint that we are leveraging. They have resources, and we, through this partnership, are hoping to make the most meaningful impact in your businesses, in businesses such as yours. And we also have Anglo-American Foundation that have come on board as well as one of our capacity building funders that understand that in order to strengthen other businesses, we need to be strengthened as well as an organization. And then we have NJR Steel, which is one of our anchor donors as well. They support us a lot in entrepreneurship supply development. So this is not just to mention and name drop. This is to say that we are an organization that is credible. We have proven success. We have the expertise, and we have a model that works in terms of developing entrepreneurs. So you can rest easy knowing that you have landed at the right place where your business is gonna hopefully grow and thrive. Tepi, you can go through to the next slide. Okay, so let's talk a bit about what brings us together. So we have a Yes Empowerment program that we have been running for the last year. We've come from a very successful pilot. We have worked with we've touched about 230 odd businesses, and we have selected out of those businesses 38 businesses that we have had a direct impact on. So you will see that that is our structure. That is how the program is set up. It's not set up like that to make it more difficult for you to get support and assistance within your business. But we believe that the most meaningful way that we can partner is if you have skin in the game. So we start off with 250 entrepreneurs, and we want to walk a journey with you that will prove that you are here, you understand what is imperative for your business, you understand what you need in terms of development and support, and then we can go on to the areas that allow us that juncture where we then can penetrate your business in terms of funding and in terms of business advisory, which is very needed. So what you are looking at now is the process that you are going to go through. It's very high level. I'm going to go into a lot of detail in the next slide, but it's just to give you an idea of where we are. So we are starting off with 250 businesses. Tepi, am I on a time thing because you are moving so quickly? Am I on a time crunch, Tepi?
No, I'm so sorry.
It's fine.
It's
I thought I'm
technology. It's
talking
doing
too
too much.
slow. Maybe you are just trying to say, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. Okay, but okay, no good. That's fine. So we are starting off with 250 entrepreneurs. As you are sitting here, you are one of the people that are possibly gonna come through to the end of the program. It's not a competition. It's more of a partnership agreement where we start the journey with you on an online program. And the online program consists of just 5 weeks of learning. You'll watch 10 videos, 2 videos a month, and they will introduce you to topics, some topics you already know. We're not saying that we're going to be teaching you things that are completely new to you, but we are saying that we're going to teach you things, or we're going to discuss things or land topics with you in a different environment at a different place in your business, allowing you to use that information better. So as soon as you see something, and as soon as you see a topic like self-mastery, and you've been through it in another place in another time, don't kind of dismiss it, engage with it, because there's dynamics to learning. You never reach a point where you have learned everything, where you know everything. So the first kind of 5 weeks is an introductory course that happens purely online. We give you 2 videos a week. They are short videos, about 4 to 7 minutes each. They have a quiz. It's the typical thing that you have been through on the YES program. And this is just to kind of whet your appetite and get your toes a little bit wet before we jump into the serious things and we start committing to each other. And in this process, we are wanting to see how committed you are. We are wanting to see how engaged you're going to be with the process, how engaged you're going to be with the content that we have put out. But also, if you do have the staying power, because we don't want to make the mistake of taking funds from private companies that are supposed to be funneled to businesses that are going to make an impact in the community, only to work with people that are going to kind of fizzle out and not stay the process. So this is an important place for us. It's right at the beginning. We want to see how committed, engaged, and how you will participate in this process with us. And to incentivize, we have a weekly leaderboard. We have the provision of data. So if you're wondering, how am I going to watch video-based training? If I'm in an area where it doesn't have a great connectivity, or I don't have data, we will cover that for you. We've got you covered. We will provide data for all 250 of you for as long as you are in this online program, to enable you to access these videos and engage in the process. And also, we are wanting you guys to kind of start striving for success right from the beginning. So this process shouldn't be just a tick box exercise for us. As much as we are asking for your commitment, we are ready to make the commitment as well. So we have leaderboard incentives, we have vouchers from leading retailers like Pick and Pay, and if you're in first prize and you've led the pack, you are engaging with the content, you are engaging in the classroom discussions that are on our platform, you will get your 500 Rand voucher. And this is not to buy your time, it's to incentivize it. It's to reward the investment that you are making, because you are not at your businesses. You are spending this time on Seeds of Africa's content. We want to be able to reward that kind of commitment and investment, and to sort of set the tone to say that as long as you're engaged and you are locked in and you are participating, you're passionate and active, there is in life always a reward at the end of your efforts. And once we've reached the end of 5 weeks, we then want to get to know who you are. Right now, you are 1 out of 250. It's very difficult to choose just from data and insights on who actually proceeds. So we've set up a little bit of an assignment for you that I think will be very, very easy for you guys. You guys are mostly 2Ks. You guys are with it. You guys are with the program. You should be able to put together a cute little video that tells people about your business and creates the hype, and we get to actually meet you and engage with you on who you are. And based on those videos, coupled up with how you've actually done on the course, we then select a 25. Now, it's a big number, guys, from 250 to 25. But the problem is that with the kind of impact that we want to have in your businesses, we cannot work with a huge volume. We have to work with businesses that we can walk a very close journey with. Our approach is very hands-on. We believe in being invested. We believe in being partners in your journey. We walk the journey with you. And we want to be able to give each of the 25 businesses the right kind of attention, so that we someone says they can't hear anything. Is it that one person, or is the one person me? Can you give me an
We
indication?
can hear you from
We
our
can hear
end.
you clearly.
Oh, I'm
Can
so
hear
sorry.
you.
One person, I think it's you. I think it's you. The best thing that you can do is just hop on, hop off, and then hop on again. That should sort you out if you did have audio before. So try that. Come back again. We are recording the session. We are also having it tomorrow. So please don't feel like you're missing out on anything, okay? So we will be able to catch you up. So guys, that is why we have created this process in order to advance a number of 25 into a class, so that we give you that one-on-one attention and we walk the journey with you. Now, go with me to 1B, where we are looking at ED Empowerment Bootcamp. You'll see that there's different layers here. This is now the entire program when you've now been enrolled in an entrepreneurship development program. This is you having a student number, you are part of a process, and we now are actively engaging in you personally and your business. Okay, so that process is made up of 3 different layers. We have the classroom training that is blended. We want to be intuitive to your business needs. We know that it's a big commitment to ask you to leave your businesses to sit in class the entire day. So we have created some of these offerings to be in a virtual setting. Hopefully that gives you the peace of mind that you do not have to spread yourself thin and create 2 or 3 of you so that you can be in class and then still run your business, okay? So all of our sessions will be in a blended approach. That means there are sessions that we will require you to come in because we want to create that human connection. It's been our liquid gold. It's the thing that works for us, is that we walk a very close journey with you. Now, we can't always do that virtually. So I hope that as we give a little and we yield a little to accommodate your business, that you'll also be able to return the favor. And when we are in person and we are in class, that you do show up just as well as you do online. And the most important thing, guys, is that with these sessions that we have for the first 3 months of the 9-month program, we are also testing how engaged you are in the process. Because what's at stake here is no longer 500 Rand Pick and Pay voucher. What is at stake here is funding towards your business at the value of 10,500 Rand. So we won't be able to get to that kind of impact and impact your business in that kind of way if we haven't been able to gauge whether or not you are committed and you know what you are here for. You'd be surprised. A lot of entrepreneurs know that they need these opportunities, but when the opportunities come, we are sometimes faced with a little bit of a challenge where people kind of just drop off the process. So the requirements for the funding is that you are fully engaged, that you are attending all of the sessions, that you are submitting everything that you will submit. And another key takeaway is that it's not like any other entrepreneurship development program. The base of this program, the foundation of this program is a qualification called the New Venture Creation. Now you will get credits for 3 modules towards this qualification. What does this mean? This means that should you ever wish to further your studies in any way, and you want to study something in entrepreneurship, these credits will hold for you. They will essentially form part of that qualification that you will then be completing at a later stage, provided that it is within the same kind of topic that you've already been trained on. So this is a formal qualification. It is SECO registered. It is registered with QCTO, and it is provided by an accredited facilitator, assessor, and moderator. And this is the kind of empowerment that we want to give you guys. A lot of people think that you need to choose when you're an entrepreneur. You need to choose whether you choose education or entrepreneurship, but not necessarily. You can be an educated entrepreneur. You can do both. And that is why we've added this layer, because it's important. It's something that no one can ever take away from you. The funding, it will subside. It will end. The work, and then you'll have to figure out what to do again. But this qualification, or the credits towards this qualification, are with you, and they are for you forever. All right. And then we've built in for you guys a lot of personal effectiveness, because a lot of times entrepreneurs are having to neglect themselves, their needs, their psychological safety, their fears, their vulnerabilities. You almost are having to kind of chase the vision in sacrifice of yourself, if you know what I mean. So we want to be able to give you that opportunity to be in class for you, to actually go in and just have a session that is all about you, the person behind the business, not worrying about staff, not worrying about paying the bills, not worrying about month end and salaries and suppliers and all of that stuff, but to focus on you. How are you communicating? How are you showing up? What's your innovation like? Have you innovated in your business at all? So those are the things that we want to build into this program, so that you are working and walking away, not just a proficient entrepreneur, but a person that is built holistically. Okay, and that is going to be supported by our fireside chats, which are short masterclasses that are also just going to help you to land some concepts in a very quick and manageable way. Someone off mute?
Yeah, okay.
Please don't mute me. IT is muting me. Okay, all right. Okay, and that is really what the program looks like, guys. And at the end of your classroom attendance, you then get funding towards your business. Another area that I have to highlight is that we've done this for a very long time. If you give entrepreneurs cash in hand, it doesn't work. But we ask you to trust the process. We are going to help you to identify a need in your business that you can fund, and you will purchase the tools and the resources towards that need. Someone is off mute. IT, can you please help with muting people? Not me. Not me, Tippy. Okay. All right. So guys, please trust the process. We don't want to hand over money to you and then you have to choose groceries over that equipment that you need. We are going to get you that equipment because that is what is going to help your business to pivot and to go through to the next level. All right. So trust us on that. That is our model. We've found that that is what works. And also, guys, we are very big on governance. We are using, this is not government money. We are using private funds in order to capacitate your businesses, and we always want to be playing open books with our funders. We want for Yes to know every single cent of the money that they've funded Seeds of Africa with has gone directly to your empowerment, whether it is through the classes or it is through the actual equipment and tools in your businesses. So just to give you an idea, I hope there's a gentleman here that attended this program, this year's program, that we bought a cow for. I'll let him tell you later on what the cow was for. But so don't judge it too quickly, okay? We are really wanting to make the most impact in your business. He's a livestock farmer, so he didn't just buy a cow for lobola, I promise you, but there's a method to this madness, okay? So just stick with us, trust the process. This is what we do. And in between that, guys, we want to give you someone that is a dedicated resource that is going to be business advisory for you. You have the gift of someone that works with many different businesses, many different sectors, focusing on your business. They would have probably supported a nail salon 2 years ago, and they know just the solution that will help your business. Sometimes when you walk the entrepreneurship journey, it can get very lonely and you feel like you don't have all the answers or the information. So that is what the business advisory services is about. It's about having someone that can be your sounding board, that you can bounce things off, that can help you to facilitate certain processes, that can educate you on some of the things that can make sure that your compliance is where it should be. Because this program forms a part of an ecosystem. There are other programs outside of this program that we want to see you guys channeled to. And the two people that we have today, our alumni, will tell you that. They are testimony to that. So we don't just train you and leave you. This is about building you on and making sure that you always have a pathway in order to best build your business. So, Tepi, I'm gonna just pause here for a bit because I feel like it's been a lot of information. And then what I'm gonna ask you guys to do, if you want to type your question and it's a burning question, type it now while we're on the slide so that you don't forget about it. We can't take it now, we'll take it at the end, but please feel free to type your questions on the chat. Our team is on standby to assist you in answering the questions, but at the end, I'll come back on. Rodzan is on the call, Prem is on the call. We will all help to make this make sense for you because we want you guys to walk away from here feeling like you understand what you've gotten yourself into. Okay. So Tepi, let's go through to the next slide while everyone just types in their questions in the chat. If there's no questions, I'm claiming that as a compliment that I explained it very, very well. Okay. And you'll see that we have different locations there. So let me just explain the locations before we have our alumni. This year, we had only run the program in Mildersdrift, which is where Seeds of Africa is. But when we were recruiting for the program, and Yes was reaching out to you guys that are on their database, what they realized that the need is actually nationwide. We had people attending the program from as far as Soshanguve and the Vaal, and we had to then go into a partnership with Yes, and this is something that is very key to Yes, is driving scalable models that can impact higher volumes of people in a shorter turnaround time. So that is why you are seeing those 3 locations. So you will either be placed at Alex, at Soweto, or at Mildersdrift. We will try to place you as close as where you live as possible, but we just want you to bear with us. If that is not always possible, we will definitely communicate with you and agree with you on where we think that you should be placed. We want to make sure that we have an even number across. So that's why you saw those 3 locations, and that explains kind of where we are in our partnership with Yes. The pilot was very successful. We've learned a lot of lessons, and this is something that I'm going to encourage you to do right from the beginning. Share your feedback formally and informally. Share it with us, share it with Yes. We are a learning organization. Everything that the alumni is going to tell you, and funding is one of them, that we've improved this year, is because we've actually listened to what they had to say, and they partnered with us and kept us honest in this process. So is Ntwaki and Lucas on the call? Ntwaki, I apologize. I see your name is spelled incorrectly. Apologies for that. But Ntwaki, Lucas, whoever's on the call, I'm going to go on mute and I'm going to allow you to just take us through your journey. Tepi will definitely drive the slides faster if you're taking a lot of time. Okay, so go for it. I'm not sure who's here. I can't see.
Hi everyone. Hello Val, thank you so much. Hi Tepi and the team.
Hi, Lucas, can I ask you to come on camera? Can maybe Tepi stop
Oh, no.
sharing for a bit? Is that okay with you?
No, it's not. My makeup is not on.
Wow, Lucas. Wow. You see,
I
these
am on
entrepreneurs of
camera.
these
I am
days. Look
actually on
at you.
camera.
Look at you.
Sorry, I usually look better than this. I just didn't know that I'll be on camera.
It's just
So
us. It's just us.
hi
Go for
everyone.
it.
My name is Lucas. I am a business developer. I know I was introduced as a farmer. I'm gonna turn off the camera for a bit because I've got a shaky connection. But yeah, this is what I look like. You can put the voice to the name. I run a company called Mashima, trading as a few things, including farm to door, which is what you've heard a little bit about. If you can then just allow me to turn this off. There you go. You can still hear me?
We can hear you, Lucas. Go ahead.
Yes, we can.
Great stuff, great stuff. Thank you so much. Yes, so I am a graduate from this year Pioneer program, and the learning journey has been quite fruitful, to say the least. But to say the most, I think it's something that we definitely need as entrepreneurs. I was in this very group, was it last year? No, early this year, Jesus Christ. These times go on for too long. Yeah, early this year I was in this very group. It's very daunting. You don't know what's going to happen, especially coming in as an entrepreneur, guys. I said it at our graduation that it's a very lonely journey being an entrepreneur because before you can actually realize your idea, it is something you have to battle in your head first. Will it be accepted? Am I good enough for it? There's so many things that you have to deal with and overcome before you can get to where you are today, where there's other people like yourself who have overcome the same hurdles, that which I think are the hardest, being able to convince yourself that you're good enough. But yes, I was here, and I think it was opportunity meets preparation. So if you didn't have a business, if that idea never came to life, you would never meet the opportunity that Seeds and Yes and all the other funders have put together. So the fact that you're here already, I as a beneficiary can tell you that you've done more than enough. And this program will elevate you. What it needs is follow through. Just like with anything that we do in life, you need to have follow through. You decide what you want to do, and then you put your head down, and then you do everything that it takes for you to get to the end goal. And the support is just unbelievable, especially coming from a point of not knowing that such support exists. It's easy for you to start a career in being a teacher or a lawyer. The support systems are standard. You go to school, you do this, you study that, you write a board exam, you do articles, and then you get hired. Entrepreneurship is, yeah, it's very shaky. So programs like this actually give you a systematic approach to what it means to be an entrepreneur. the way that it has been coordinated, it comes from people who understand where we are. There's nothing more important than a mentor that understands where you're coming from, because they've been there, because they are able to give you exactly what you need in terms of support. You know, they are clued up, they are on the ground. It's not like that hand-offish person who will offer you help that makes sense only to them. Like as an example, they mentioned funding. I'm not sure if the increase includes what I'm about to say now, but our funding was about 8,000 rands, but that was a lump sum payment. It was actually much more than that when we look at what was spent. They catered for us to make sure that we have enough transport to come to the classes, as well as mentioned the data allocations, you know, the vouchers, you know. So it shows that the program coordinators and all the partners are very much clued up in what we need. And if you apply yourself, as if Ntswaki is here, she probably will tell you as well. If you apply yourself, the opportunities are endless. You know, over and above the sense of community that you get from meeting people like yourself who are going through the same challenges, you also learn a lot about yourself. What I have learned, and I will take, you know, to the grave with me, is that your business only grows as much as you. So that's what personal effectiveness will teach you mostly, which is how to make sure that you as a person grow, because whatever it is that you are not growing, what you are deficient on is what your business is going to be deficient on. As an entrepreneur, you have to be every single thing and you have to do it well. Because if you had all the resources, if you had the money, you'd hire a marketing manager, you would hire a CEO, you would, you know, but you have to, because you're starting from the ground, you have to be good. You have to be proficient at all those things in the beginning. And some of the things come simple. You know, some people are out there and outgoing. Some of us are shy. But all of these, you have to make sure that you balance them out so that they do not become the hurdle that you cannot overcome for you to realize your business idea. But it is not easy. It's a great journey, but the reward is amazingly worth it, guys. And I haven't even reached the reward. These are just a few wins that I'm thinking about that make it so much more worth it. I look forward to the next year. But most importantly for me, it's that there is a team such as, or organizations such as Seeds and Years that are here particularly to make sure that people like myself and you guys yourselves are able to make it on this journey. So my takeaways, you will have a systematic approach to entrepreneurship. It will not just be something you thumbs up all the time as we start with as entrepreneurs. There's a sense of community as well. And there is there's another word I want to use, but I'll say guided mentorship. But really it's what I mentioned earlier, a mentor who really understands where you are. That's what you can expect from this, over and above the other opportunities that will probably lay ahead. We've been graduated to a program after this one, and I'm not sure what it holds, but that's just an indication of the fact that this is not just one of those one-off programs. You do it and then you're done. No, this is actually a journey. They walk with you from point A where you are to, you know, whatever limit that you set yourself. It's all up to you. How much you apply yourself will determine what it is that you get. Thank you so much, guys. I don't know if Ntswaki is here. Otherwise, I'll hand over to back to is it Seppi?
Wonderful, Lucas. Thank you. I think Ntswaki is on the call. Thank you so much, Lucas. Yeah, the funding did increase just ever so slightly, Lucas, but you've graduated now, so you are on the higher program, and we will take care of you there as well. Thank you very much, Lucas, for sharing with us. Ntswaki.
Hi everyone, can you hear me?
We can hear you.
Yes, we can.
Yes, ma'am.
Awesome.
Go ahead.
So I was also on the program that Lucas was on. We both moving to consolidated. And I'd like to reiterate what he was saying as well. It's a worthwhile program. Worthwhile because you gain a community. However, that community is only possible when you open yourself up to it. So being open to traveling all the way to class, Lucas is from so Shankuve, he was one of the people that are extremely far. I'm also quite far. I'm from Pomona / Tembisa, really far as well. But the drive was worth it. Got to meet wonderful business people. Got to get a community of people that understand what it's like to run a business. And I think you only really get to start building a community on the live classes. So I would really encourage everybody to hold on and work as hard as they can to get to that. It makes it all the work more worthwhile. And then as an individual, I think Val also mentioned it, it is quite lonely as an entrepreneur. You don't have a clear-cut journey, but that's what makes entrepreneurship creative. You need to figure out the systems that you're going to build, and the learning component of this program gives you the knowledge to be able to build your systems. So it gives you the information so you're able to make informed decisions about what will work for your business and what you need for your business in order to be able to acquire funding. I don't know about you guys, but this was not the first program that I applied to, and I would find that the applying to other programs or funding was overwhelming because there were so many things that I didn't know how to do or how to put together, and this program puts you at ease in terms of the fact that you learn how to do your financials, you learn how to do your business plan. Another thing that I would encourage is taking the opportunity in class to get comfortable talking about your business, what you do, learning from other people in the classroom as well. I know Lucas says he's shy, but he was not one of the shy people in class. He spoke a lot, like myself. And even those that started off shy ended up being able to speak. I mean, that's the platform. If being shy is one of your things, I think that's one of the things that you can challenge yourself to leave in class, getting comfortable speaking about your business, because you can't be your own best kept secret. I learned that on the very first day we met. It was one of our coaches, the business doctor, who said, you cannot be your own best kept secret. So you need to learn how to speak about what it is you're trying to do. What's that vision in your mind? Because all of us gathered here are visionaries. We have an idea that we want, to put weight and make possible. The other thing that I think, Lucas was also just talking about how the funding has slightly increased. But one of the things that I would like to point out is that as much as the funding might seem that, okay, we got 8,000 and then there's 10,000, the entirety of the funding is not necessarily what's printed in that number, because of the lecturers that you get to meet. The facilitators that come on board are people that are from extraordinary backgrounds, who you are surprised how they got into the same room as you, people with doctorates, people who teach at business schools. It's amazing people, amazing individuals that are going to teach you so much in such a short space of time. I think for me, one of the best classes that we had was one on sorry about that. Was one on design thinking, and it just basically was like a day in the life of an entrepreneur, where you have to think of solutions on the spot, and it's not easy to do that. And when you are thrown in a situation where you realize you are able to come up with an entire pitch for a problem that you were given 2 hours prior, you begin to realize that, I can actually do this in my business as well. And it helps. It helps in a sense that I recently faced one of the things that were like that. that were quite similar to that. So I had an employee accidentally deposit money into a foreign account, and I had to pay a supplier at the same time as well. I couldn't make that supplier's deadline, and having to try figure that out. Took me 2 days, but I figured it out. Without the program, it might have taken me longer to be able to try and figure out which way to go. I was able to call Lucas, who's actually one of my suppliers, and be like, okay, this is the problem I'm facing. He was able to advise. So that's the stuff that are not really included in that round figure that you see. The 10.5 doesn't include the business associates that are going to help you in a bind. It does not include the quick contacts that you'll have for a proposal when you've come across an opportunity and you're like, can we collaborate on this? I need somebody who does what you do to collaborate with my business so that we can go after this particular funding. Moreover, it also just opens your eyes to the possibilities that are there. I started off with just my branding business. And I had a section of my branding business where I would create baked goods as a part of some of the personalized gifts in that branding business, and have expanded the range much further than that. I'm seeing somebody saying network, so I'm really hoping you haven't lost me. So
We
yeah,
can hear you.
I'm looking forward. Okay, I'm looking forward to gaining more. To gaining more knowledge on the next part of the program. I see that with our next part of the program is what I was encouraging in terms of talking in class, so you can get used to pitching. That's the part of the next program that I saw in our letter. So the next time you are gearing up not to only have a figure printed in front of you, you are gearing up to pitch for a figure. Right. And I know that they're not as daunting as it sounds. I'm saying this and I'm already just thinking, woo, Jesus. But I know that with the program, because I've been on it for a year, they don't leave you in the lurch. You know, they don't leave you to figure things out by yourself. You will be able to be prepared before you get to that area, you know. So I'm wishing everybody who's here the best of luck. And when Val is saying that they know what they're doing, they won't give you the cash. They want you to invest in equipment. I remember with our classmates, we had an issue with, but I wanted to use it for stock, and I understand why it was not used for that, and I'm glad that we were stopped from using it for stock, because it would have kind of disappeared as quickly as it came in. The equipment forces you to move your business to the next level. It forces you to think, okay, I've got access to equipment. How do I then grow the operations to fit the equipment? You know, it stretches you. And yeah, it's a blessing to be in a place where you are incubated, you are stretched with professionals who are able to guide you. So it's a wonderful program. And yeah, those are my reflections. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Jackie.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
Jackie. Thank you, Lucas. Very
Hi,
well
Val.
spoken. Hi.
Hi, Val. Sorry, can you hear me?
Yes.
Sorry about that. You had mentioned something about the cow. I wonder if the people are wondering.
About the car. Please tell us what happened to the car. Quickly. We'd
Oh,
like to
yes,
know.
quickly. So the cow wasn't for Lobola, unfortunately. So we bought an insemination contract for what is called a meat master. It's one of these highly sorted cows. So it's an insemination contract is where a bull actually inseminates a cow, and then that cow is pregnant with particularly that breed. It is currently 4 months pregnant, and it's going to be getting us some cows soon, probably within the next 5 months. The next journey now is to make sure we secure land so that the babies have a place to be. So yeah, that's the story with the cow.
I've never been so happy to hear about a cow in my life.
Wow, thank you for sharing.
Thank you. We've struggled to explain the cow in many a conversations. So thank you so much for sharing. Guys, I can see that there is a lot of questions. I want Tepi to be able to just take you through the platform because the beginning is the beginning. Like we can't skip to the good stuff and skip to the funding and skip the beginning. So before our relationship progresses any further, it starts with this learning platform and the short online program. So while Utepi is showing you guys, please can you post your WhatsApp number on the chat? We do have it on the list that you completed, but you'd be surprised how many typos people make. So we're not asking because we are disorganized. Please type your name and your WhatsApp number so that we have the latest number. Then I'll tell you what we will do. We will carry on this conversation after the meeting. You have us. We have a good 2 months before the program starts, and we can answer any questions that you have. Okay. But I want Tepi to be able to take you through the platform. So Tepi, go ahead, please.
Okay. Can everyone hear me?
Yep, we
Yes,
can.
we can.
Perfect. Thanks so much to everyone actually went ahead and shared their story. Zaki and Lucas, it's so crazy how the journey is it's so short yet so long. We meet you guys one moment, the next thing.
Hello there. I'm sorry to cut you. I'm so sorry about this. Is it possible for the numbers to be sent maybe towards the end of the meeting because the notification thingy is quite annoying and we're gonna miss important info. Thank you.
Okay, perfect. Let me just try switching them off.
Let's just see. We can mute the chat on our side, but I think it's important that we try to get it before everyone leaves it, if that's okay. But I hear your point. It is quite distracting. Let me see if I can mute the chat. Okay, hopefully that helps.
Okay. So I don't know, Val, I'll just go ahead and go.
Yeah, I've muted it. So yeah, loud and clear, Tippy. Go ahead.
Okay, perfect. So guys, I'm just gonna go put you guys through a small training 101 on how the platform looks like and how it looks and feels. Obviously, this is just so you guys can see what it looks like and what it entails. Just go to the home page. So I don't know, can everyone see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. So practically, guys, the first thing is first. Here at Seeds, I think we're very technological and we try our best to move along with the fourth industrial revolution, which is being online, right? So we've gone ahead with Val and the team and gotten this platform, which we use for all the training. I heard someone mention something about uploading videos, which we'll get into as, the day progresses probably next year. But how it would work is you guys would go onto this website. Everyone will get a link, don't worry. So this is just for showmanship. And you will go onto here. I'm just going to log in. So I'm just going to act like I'm one of you guys just for today. So you'd go to log in, and here is the username as well as a password that I have set. So most important, guys, and hopefully I'm not speaking too fast.
Hello, sorry.
I think I heard someone say something.
Yes, sorry to disturb. I've been trying to get slides from the beginning of this meeting, and I highlighted on the chats some time ago. So I only see I only see the recording, but I cannot see every presentation of the slides.
I think that's an error on your side. Is it Refilwe?
Yes.
Refilwe, we'll have to share the slides with you after the meeting. Okay, because everyone else can see. So I think it may be a very slow connection or your bandwidth is struggling a little bit. So if you just hang 10 with us, we'll share it. Once we've created the WhatsApp group, we'll share the slides on the WhatsApp group, if that's okay.
Yeah, that's fine. Thank you so much.
Okay. All right, guys, we need to just run through this very quickly. So can I ask that we just do this one part? very, very quickly, and so that you see, it will make sense why we're doing it now. So that once you have your logins, you don't have to waste time trying to figure it out. Not that it's difficult. Okay, so yeah, Tepe.
Okay, perfect. No, thank you. So yeah, where I was yeah, basically when you have your login details, which I will provide to you through Kulegani. So Kulegani KK will be the gentleman who will provide you guys with logins and just technological help here and there. You're gonna click on login. So I already set my password and my username. So I'm just gonna set a new password. So our system is, thinking of your security at all times. So how it works is when I give you your logins, guys, you're just gonna have to change your password to something that you preferred. So just for the sake of today, I'm just gonna set my own password that only I know. Let me think. How old am I? Yeah. Okay, so I've set that very secret password, and the first thing that you guys will notice is that when you go onto our platform, you're going to go directly to the dashboard. Now, while it's still loading up, the courses are relatively simple, guys. I don't want to lie to you. I just want to be very direct in terms of explaining how the platform works. You have access to business practice and personal effectiveness, and it's relatively easy. The first moment you log onto the platform, you're going to get business practice, personal effectiveness, and then you're going to see there to my right hand side is yes for youth, and it has a bit of a schedule. So if we ever have anything scheduled for you, it'll just pop up right here where it says nothing happening today. And so this is the dashboard. I don't know if everyone is following, but yeah, this is the basic dashboard where you can just go in and start training. To move on to one course so that you guys can see what it would look like, I'll just click on business practice and we'll click start. And you can access on your cell phones, guys. So it's not just the thing that you can use or on a tablet or a laptop. It goes on every device that you have. And by the way, Sylvia, I just wanted to ask while this is loading, I heard you did go into the explanation of the platform. Should I also go in and explain how long usually one course takes? Can I also say that? Can I share that as well?
You can, Tepe, as long as we don't run through the entire course on the call.
No, no, definitely not. Definitely not. So basically, guys, I can definitely tell you to finish one module, or let's say all the modules under business practice, it's not really a lot. I would say to you, you could finish it within 3 to 4 hours, but obviously, depending on what Val would want in terms of how we roll out the entire modules, it is very simple video. So you find a 5-minute video that comes along with a quiz and a survey. Let me just show you what a quiz would look like. But this is the video. It has a transcript underneath, and you see I would click on next and it will take me directly to the quiz, and you just do such and such. So it's just a repetitive thing in terms of doing the same thing, and then you'd also gain points when you do complete things, of which we will share the point structure at a later time though. So that is basically a quick one-on-one 101 on how the platform would work and how it would work in terms of navigating. It's relatively easy, simple. If you do have any issues, you would be able to reach out to me or Kulegani to assist you. And yeah, that's all on my side. Sisvi, I think if there's anything I missed, you could just rehash it there.
No, Tepe, it's really as simple as being on TikTok, guys. It's nothing complicated, but we just wanted to give you kind of a view of what this looks like. And I think that brings us to the end of our program. We can stay on for another 5 minutes for anyone that has a question that they would like to ask into the entire plenary. You can do so, but I believe some of the questions were being answered on the chat. There are people that have had their hands up for quite a while. So I think I'm just gonna pick randomly. Please forgive me if you were first or whatever. Tembi, did you have a question, or is that a mistake, or is that an old hand?
Sorry, it was a mistake.
Thanks, Tembi. Remo, is that a mistake? Or is it an old hand?
Sorry, this is weird. No, it was a mistake.
Okay. Jane. do you have a question? Okay, let's keep Jane. Paul Mapena, do you have a question?
Yes, I do have a question.
Go for
So,
it.
okay, so as you require us to come in person, let's say one gets employed in the midst of the program, and that affects the entrepreneur from being able to attend the classes. Are there any arrangements that can be made so that the inductee can be filled in with what has been taught in the class?
Okay, so in just understanding from a humanity perspective that it may not be employment, it may be a death in the family, it may be someone falling sick. We have a minimum number that we can accommodate in terms of classes that you can miss. And in that minimum number, we will do our best to catch you up. Obviously, the classes that are going to be virtual will be recorded. However, then the accountability you in order to get caught up on every other aspect, because remember that this is an individual journey, so it's going to be very hard for Ntwaki to explain to you how to apply what they were taught in class in your business. So we would be able to accommodate a minimum number. I think it's 2 days that you can miss. And guys, this is over a period of 12 weeks. I think that it's a very
Sorry, I'm breaking.
We lost you.
I'm sorry, you were breaking. I couldn't hear the rest of the info that you were trying to.
I think while she reconnects, I'll just finish off what she was saying there. So all she was saying was, since it's split over 12 weeks, guys.
So thank you.
Yeah.
Hotspot on my phone.
She's back.
Val, can you hear us?
Yes, I can.
I think you can just carry on tapping on behalf of yeah.
Okay, perfect. So how it works, guys, is since the program is split over 12 weeks, you could imagine that with 12 weeks being said, that would mean around 12 attendances, right? So if you miss more than, let's say, 2 classes and you missed, let's say, 5, you could imagine then that means you've missed a total of around 5 sessions, which would be kind of hard for you to really catch up everything. And also, since we've got facilitators who teach you guys things, it would be kind of technical for you to really memorize everything and remember it. So we would definitely accommodate you where possible. But our big hope and our big wish is that you are able to attend as many as possible, so that even when you do miss 1 or 2, you are at least able to catch yourself up and get yourself up to speed with the rest of your fellow entrepreneurs and hopefully business associates.
All right, thank you. And another question.
Tepi. Perfect. Thank you, Tepi, for stepping in.
Okay, I do have
ahead,
another
Mpho.
question. So does the program welcomes people who have ideas and yet have not started their businesses?
The simple answer is that we don't lean towards that. And for the simple reason that when it comes to funding, you must think about this in the practical sense that you have been in class for only 12 weeks. So whatever content that you've got is 12 weeks worth of content that you need to be applying back into your business. Whatever investment you make only after 3 months of being in class into a business idea has a very high likelihood of not panning out the way that you had anticipated. And we are trying to avoid trial and error. We are wanting the value of the program to have real tangible results for your business. So every business and every individual is unique, and we are happy to look at that. But our minimum requirements is that you are in your business for a year so that you understand the context of your business. And when there are class discussions, you are able to speak to the context of your business. And number 2, or B, you are able to apply what you have learned. So we don't want you to sit with this information and maybe go and try it out and try your luck. We want to to speed up the process in you guys being profitable, sustainable, and then creating jobs for other people. So I wouldn't say that it's a positive answer on that. Let's look at your individual business on an individual basis and then make a decision from there.
All right, thank you. Last question.
Okay, Paul.
When you have employees in your businesses, are they also allowed to attend the classes?
No, I think
All
you would
right.
agree that an employee is not going to have the same passion and vision and conviction as you would.
Pardon me. I meant business partners. My bad, my bad.
Business partners is different. However, in our experience, when we've worked with businesses that have business partners, there will always be a conflicting view in either the direction or the strategy or the vision or the implementation. So we can accommodate it. It's not something that we can't work with. We can work with that. However, we just require for the individuals to be very mature when coming onto this process. We'd obviously need to see your CIPC documents and see what the directorship looks like for your business. But yeah, we are able to accommodate it, but just watch out for these things that do come up. They do come up.
All right, thank you so much. You've been very informative. I appreciate.
Thank you, Paul. Anyone else? I think let's maybe take about 3 more. I'm just mindful of your time as well. We were meant to finish at 1 o'clock. Eunice, you are popping up for me.
Error,
I seem to be
apologies.
next because I think my hand is number 1 at the moment. I'm not sure if we're using that logic.
Go ahead, Malebo.
All right. Thank you very much for the presentation. So my question is related to the triple BEE level. So which level does the businesses that are considered supposed to be in is it only level 1 or other levels are considered as well?
Just a quick answer to that, Malebo, is that we don't have a set number. Obviously, level 1 is more attractive, but that's why we have business advisory, so that the things that are keeping you from getting to that level that you're supposed to be at can be addressed, and you can work with someone to address that. So don't stress too much about which level you're on. Let's have a look at what's happening in your business, and the business advisors are going to then take it from there and see how they hold your hand in terms of improving that for you.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thanks. Double I'm gonna go quite quickly, if that's okay.
Sure. Can you hear me?
I can. Go ahead.
All right. Wonderful. So I do have 2 questions. I'll start with the easiest one. What kind of assessment should we expect in like the assignment section?
The assessments would be decided by your facilitators, so it's very hard to say. But in terms of the new venture creation, it is going to be a portfolio of evidence on the 3 unit standards that you would have covered. That's finance, operations, and business plans. And the great thing about the new venture creation is that a part of those assessments, formative, summative assessments, part of those are done in class. So it's not going to be something that you have to go and figure out on your own. The facilitator is gonna hold your hand. And another great thing about CETA accredited programs is that there is no pass or fail. There is competent and incompetent. And by virtue of that, it means that you will be supported until you get to a competency level for that particular unit standard. So there really isn't a pass or fail. It's just how long you take to get to the competent stage. And in my experience, I haven't seen a lot of people not get there.
Okay. I think that competent or not competent is a little bit more daunting than pass or fail, in my opinion.
Really?
I mean, the word competent in itself is a little like, oh, okay.
Okay. I see what you mean.
Yes. All right. So my next question is a little bit more layered, so I'll try and make it quick. So I run a social enterprise with more of a blended profit model where to access our services, people would then also have to subsidize, or they get subsidized the payment. Let me say the payment for our services is subsidized by a person basically doing a few hours of community service, right? So that's how people earn points to access most of our services. So what kind of businesses and what kind of businesses does the program fund, and how do they measure the impact and success of these businesses?
Okay, so we haven't had a limit on any kind of sector or business. We generally are quite open to any kind of sector because number one, it helps us to just learn on how to better curate our content to suit the different types of businesses that are out there. And measuring success or failure is very tricky and very nuanced. You would think that revenue means that you're successful, but sometimes in the South African context, staying in business is success. So you know, we are very strict on what the success measures are for you completing the program. But for your businesses, we would like to see you become profitable. We would like to see your revenue increase. But we also are working with a very tricky environment in our South African context because it takes businesses up to 5 years to make it, and most businesses fail within that time. So there is no straight blanket kind of measure of on whether you are successful or not. That's why you'll see that in our requirements, it's you've been in business for a year, and we just want to know where you are in terms of revenue. And there's no right revenue or wrong revenue because the nature of business is that you are not going to be able to have the same kind of successes all the time. You can't necessarily repeat the successes with the same kind of formulas because your context has changed, your environment has changed, your clients have changed. So there is no straight measure, if that answers your question, on whether a business is successful or not. And no, we haven't yet turned away any business that is actually running. There are trickier businesses like NPOs. They are a little bit tricky, but the model is the same. The things that you would implement are the same. And we try to work as vast sectors as possible because it helps us to learn as well on how to better support those businesses.
All right. I think that answers my question. Thank you so much, Val.
Okay, dokie. Premi, I think are you okay to take on some questions as well? Hector, you can go.
Thank you. Thanks very much. My question is very simple. Is that because of your spoken in terms of just in terms of that beginning, in terms of people that to advance to a next stage, that you have to select certain individual to that 2025, if I'm not mistaken. And in terms of if I'd like to check with that, if everybody over here now complete the task and also assign to each and every program that they are going to be implemented within you, and also get those particular point that a requirement and all of those needed, how are you going to select that 25 to advance to that stage that is being needed? And also that is one of my question. Thanks.
Thanks, Hector. Okay, so this is a very interesting question because when we started with Yes, our intention was to only take on 25 businesses, but in the end, we took on 38 businesses. And some of the businesses we identified were maybe not suited for this level, were suited for a higher level. Now, I say this with caution. This is not me saying that we can always take on a higher number in a cohort. This is me saying that we are very aware of the processes that we are in. And as much as we have those processes in place, there is also our own human discretion on what we think is potential. And we work very closely with Yes in getting to that point. Now, when it comes to budgeting and obviously the funds available, it's a much simpler answer, right? We only have certain funds to fund certain number of people. That's the black and white answer. But what I'm trying to show you with the answer that I gave you is that between Yes and Seeds of Africa, there's a lot of collaboration, there's a lot of partnership in identifying talent, in trying to reach that talent as much as we can, and in accommodating them. And what I think is better now is that we have these 3 locations. So there will, be other locations that we can essentially overflow to. And as I told you before, there is this ecosystem of funders that are involved, and also a pathway that we are trying to build. Yes has other SME programs internally. So it's not necessarily as simple a answer as what are you going to do if 100 people are successful. We definitely want 100 people to show that drive, to show that success. We do want those numbers. And how we actually get to deciding is a more involved process on how we do. It may work out that we get to do what we did last year, but it's not something that I can put as a definitive answer, if that makes sense. But these are definitely the cases that we want to prove to our funders, like Yes and EDT. We want to say that young people want these opportunities, and we want to be able to show them the data that says that they took this opportunity on. Instead of getting 25 that were successful, we got 75 that were successful, because that speaks to the need. So I can't really answer in black and white. On a budget, it's black and white, but there's another side that we need to consider as well. Is that okay, Hector? All
Yes,
right.
thank you.
Ontiretsi, you may go. I think we
Thank
may
you
be
very
able to only take 2 more. I'm really sorry, guys. We may need to continue this. Tim, what are your thoughts? Sorry, Untireti, before you continue, because I see there's quite a lot of hands that are up. Just 1 second, please, Untireti. Primi, what do you think?
Let's take 5 more.
5 more, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Primi is my boss. Okay, so Primi, whatever you want, I'm here. Untireti, you can go ahead.
Thank you very much. Mine will be a question and a comment. So I'm not sure because if maybe I'll be having if I'm on the right platform for recruitments in terms of the NYTA, because we just been appointed as youth machinery from the department to oversee the implementation of the integrated youth development strategy. So I just wanted to check, is it okay for me, just for those who won't be getting selected, or maybe for those that will not be getting selected, because we are also looking for young people with businesses to attend the summit. We are planning to have the summit next year. In terms of the month, we are not sure, but it's definitely coming next year. We are going to Pagewood, so we'll be offering accommodation. Transport, we are still negotiating. So I just wanted to check before I get into deeper details in terms of what is the integrated youth development strategy is, because I was given the task to actually do recruitments for young people who have businesses. So I thought maybe I'll use this platform, as I see that young people that are on this meeting are people with business ideas or have registered businesses. So I just wanted to check before we were given the opportunity just to give information, and then maybe we can exchange email addresses and everything like that. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, Dirit, for your question. I'm just going to hop on to that one. So basically, just because I hear that your question is more, I'd say it's more different from our current session. I think with that being said, in future terms, if you on your side do find connection or make connection within the platform for whatever reason, obviously on our side, we are just here in terms of developing entrepreneurs on our end. Our big hope is that yes, you guys can network amongst each other, but on our side, we wouldn't want to be, let's say, per se affiliated in terms of the certain agreements that you guys would have out of the program. So on our end, we are saying that we'd love you guys to network and get to know each other, but just to be on the safe side, we just like to focus on the program and everything that the program entails, just to make sure that we're all handling our guidelines and making sure that we can control all the aspects and things that come along with being an entrepreneur, such as the risks and the implementations that need to be taken at that moment. Hopefully that answers your question, Internet.
Oh, no, thank you very much. Because I just wanted to get clarity on that, because maybe I was going to be using the platform maybe after the what we call the selection has been done. Then for those that were not selected, or maybe I need to write an email or what, so that maybe I can get that list so that our young people can also attend the summit. Those that are especially those that are in the meeting. Thank you.
Maybe what you can do, it's much better, is that you can actually just send an email directly to Primrose in terms of your question. Maybe she could give you a more better answer in terms of one that makes more logic on my end, so that she maybe understands you a lot better. So I think Primrose will share her email on the chat, but then you'll just forward it directly to her. And then on that end, thank you so much for your question. I'll just move on to the next person. I think it's Kulufelo, if I'm not mistaken. Kulufelo, I don't know if you're still here.
Hi, thank you. I'm still here. I just have a quick question. I wanted to ask if, with regards to the physical classes, can we attend over the weekends or it's just during the week?
Yeah, so they're strictly during the week. So it would be either Tuesday or Wednesday, whatever day it would be, but just during the week.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you. Then can we go to the next person? I think it's Zinhle and Singila.
Good day, everyone. Ujingila.
I try my best.
So I have a couple of questions, right? When it comes to the stipend, is it only like in vouchers and data only, or do we like need to expect more?
Okay, that's a great question, Zinhle, and thanks for asking that. So just to clarify, if everyone has the same question. So basically on our end, I wouldn't really say, and this is, are you asking about the travel stipend or which exact stipend? You mean the travel stipend? I just want to confirm.
Yes, like travel and everything, like covering everything when it comes to stipend.
Yeah, so how the travel stipend would work, right, is that on your end, per day when you do come to us, you will be getting a certain stipend in terms of traveling. So it's a per day thing. So on our end, it's just a case of you making sure that you attend, and then you will receive your stipend on the day of your attendance. So let's just say you came on Monday, then you get it on Monday. That way you can cover the cost of coming during that day. I don't know if that answers you, or maybe I missed
Yes. You answered my question. And then the next one is regarding the location of in-person classes. Is it a single location where everyone has to meet? Like in terms of maybe people coming from Pretoria, Soweto, and the East Rand, we all meet in one place.
Oh, and thanks so much again, Zinhle. I think you were really taking some note to say, how can I find questions? I think on our end, we do have 3 different locations. So we've actually expanded our service, or rather our offering, to 3 different services, 3 different locations, sorry. So the first one being here directly at the Empowerment Hub, based in Maldives. We've got another one that's going to be based in Soweto, and another one that's going to be in Alexandra. So how it works is when you are being assigned to a service.
Sorry, Tippy. I'm not sure if it's on my side. Is anyone else getting some interference with Tippy's line?
Yes, I am.
Yes, we're getting, yes, we can't hear him
Okay.
clearly.
Yes,
Tippy,
definitely.
there's some interference there. Are you close to Primi or someone else? Something seems to has happened with your line.
Oh, okay, super. You guys
Try
hear me?
again.
Okay, while I try to rejoin this, you can just take over.
Nope. No, definitely. No, we can't, Tippy. Maybe move over to Primi's side. And yeah, just to continue, there are 3 different locations. I think that was the question, hey. There are 3 different locations, and we will try and group you to the location that is closest to where you are based or where you're operating from. I'm not sure if I got the entirety of the question there.
Yes, yes. So the three locations I heard there's Soweto and which
Mulder's
other two?
Drift, Mulder's
Yes,
Drift, and Alex.
Alex.
Yeah.
Okay.
All
And
right.
then is it only competency that is awarded apart from money? Maybe like other people might maybe get rewarded with, I don't know, maybe tools or I don't know, other things. Like at the end of the program, is it only the competency certificate and the money to fund your business?
So in terms of certification, it will only be the certificate of confidence and competence, and as well as the funds that are in tools to your businesses. You never know what might change in terms of prices or whatever. We haven't done that in the past, but that is really what you over and above the grocery vouchers that we do in the online program. That's really all the reward that there is. But then there's also this other opportunity to get graduated onto the Consolidate program or the Yes Sanlam program. So that graduation will obviously unlock a lot more opportunities for you in terms of funding, support, resources, etc.
Okay. So when we were applying for the program, I saw that you had asked for a picture of where you actually operate the business from.
Yes.
And there was an option to select online only just for now, at the moment it's just online only. So if someone maybe needs a venue, do you also sponsor for that, or it is just a fixed amount that you can actually give the candidate or the participant in order for them to get tools and so on?
I think that you would have to work very closely with your business advisor in terms of how you use your funding. I'll tell you what, just for future, because we work with funders at different levels, and normally when we see the businesses that are a little bit more established, for example, and they come in and they pitch for things like rent, right?
Yes.
That is an operational cost. And the funder is always going to ask themselves, so think about if someone is like wanting to invest in your business and you are saying that you need rent, for instance, that raises an operational kind of concern, because really your business at the very basic place should be able to sustain itself. So we haven't rejected it in the past, but it's not something that is attractive to funders,
Yeah.
because it's only 10,500 rand. And how long is that gonna, sustain you? And when we do give you the funds towards the rent, it becomes an expense, and how does it increase your revenue? Do you get what I'm saying? So it becomes a little bit more complicated once you start answering the questions, and you may have very valid answers to those questions, but I just want to caution you around things that are operational expenses. Think about things that are, is this going to help me make more money in my business? And if so, great. How do I speak to that need? Does this look like more of an expense once the funding runs out? Do I have in my income statement, does it show that I'm able to sustain a rental of 3,000 Rand once the funding runs out? So then it starts to get a little bit tricky to then answer all the questions. But go through it with your business advisor, poke holes at it with them, and then let's see where we land. I just want to caution you against it as a standard practice, if that makes sense.
No, it makes so much sense. So our focus should be assets when we go through the program.
Yep. Something that's going to make you produce your orders quicker, something that's going to make you produce more volume, things that are literally going to be able to quickly make a difference in your bottom line. Because when you start to think like, a laptop, it's great, it's an asset, yes, you need it. Okay, does it help you make proposals a little bit quicker? Yes, it does. Maybe it depends the kind of business that you're in. If you're a digital business or you are an online business, maybe then a laptop is an asset. So it's not the same answer across. So just think about it very carefully. But the end thing you must be able to answer, how does this one particular thing help me increase my revenue? That's
Oh.
the bottom line.
Okay. Sorry to the other candidates, but my other my next question is coming with partners in classes. So one of the candidates asked that. I'm just very curious about that because I do have 2 business partners. So how do we go about that?
Okay, so
Do they have
the
to be
simplest
registered in
way
the program?
to think about it is if you as one business are taking up 3 seats in the program for one business,
yes,
how do we position that? Do you know what I'm saying? So it makes sense. Yes, it makes sense for a group to be there and you have your business partners. But if you think about it now, we are going to be investing 3 seats to cater for one business. And that business can only impact so many people because it's just the one business. But if we had your business and another business and another business, and you are knowledge sharing with your business partners, the only thing that you can't do is interchange. Like you can't say, I'll attend this session and I'll attend that session because it's a process. So we definitely can't allow for multiple people from one company taking up seats in the program.
All right, no problem. So I was recently a part of some learnership, entrepreneurial learnership, and when I was there, we were taught business and so on and so forth. And yes, I came out competent, but my business hasn't been operational like for a year.
Okay.
How do we
I
go
think
about
we're gonna have to let's look at your circumstances because I mean there is a break in between business and then there's non-operational. So let's just look at yours in particular offline. I just want if someone has a really burning question that we address that, but please reach out to Primi, and then she can just look at your case and assess how we can make this work. It's not unique to you. A lot of people, for different reasons, go through patches in their businesses. So, but let's just look at it and make a decision, an informed decision on the whole picture.
Okay, thank you so much, Val.
Pleasure. King, Cedric Refilwe, can I ask that we please do one question each? And I'm not sure how we are going to get to the rest of the questions, but I would like to continue this conversation. And I think that the WhatsApp group may be the only feasible way because I think there's people that have left already. There's people that are needing to leave, but no one is sure. Maybe the question that's going to be asked next is the question that what I want to answer. So I think could we just take the Cedric, King, Cedric, and Refilwe? One question each, and then can we close off the call? But by the end of the day, we would have added you to the WhatsApp group, and let's continue the conversation there, guys. I'm really sorry for the people that we are not getting to. It's just that we are going on to 2:00. Is that okay, King?
Okay, English is a problem, but afternoon, everyone.
Hi, King.
Yes.
Afternoon.
Yeah. I think you've already covered most of the stuff that I wanted to ask, but like I have a question in regards to the logins. I couldn't really hear. Is it Kulegani? I couldn't hear Kulegani properly regarding like the logins. Are we receiving them now, or like there will be a time where we're gonna receive the logins?
I'm gonna leave that up to Utepi. We are closing on Friday and we want to have left having created all of the logins. But I'm gonna leave it on to Utepi. Also, we are going into the holiday period and we anticipate that if we give the logins now in January, 80% of you guys are going to be saying I've lost my logins. So let's I think let's have you guys on the WhatsApp group. In that way we don't lose you and we don't lose contact with you, but I think let's release the login details in Jan closer to the time, because if you do log in now there won't be any content, because remember we want to do the leaderboard thing. We want to have you guys access the content at the same time so that there is that competition between you and let's see who comes out the top. So even if we give you the logins now, there won't be anything on the platform.
Okay, no problem. I just wanted to get clarity on that because like I left the slide while Tipi I think was addressing that, because of the connection. So yeah, I'm sorted now.
Cool. All right. Thanks, King. Cedric?
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you very much for acknowledging me and recognizing me. My name is Cedric. I'm the owner and the director of Mapunya Holdings. My question will be, I have 4 years in the business, 4 years consecutive. And then my question is on 10,500. Is it specifically for equipment or because of like what we have to challenge in the business is in terms of marketing, also actually increasing that clientele. But then most of the things I can say they are most already covered. So are you cater the business that is already 4 years, and then also in terms of marketing, because of like for equipment, I think we're a little bit sorted. So I wanted to understand that because that 10,500 is specifically for equipment, or it can also help us in terms of our digital marketing, such as maybe investing on our Google ads or something. Thank you.
That's a great question, and I wanted to I am affordable. I have tried to make a few adjustments on my side. So basically, yes, we do our marketing on. So we do try our best to assist you because remember we offer business support. So business support goes further than just the simple things, but we try to cover every single aspect where possible. So that is also included in our end, King. Hopefully that does answer your question.
But also, King, thank you, Tepi. To add on to what Tepi said, marketing, we don't want to do a spray and pray. We don't want to just put money in and hope. If you are going to be investing in marketing, we would like to see your analytics. How do you know that investing in Google SEO works? How do you know that TikTok promotions work? What conversions have you had in the past? How many clicks have you received? And how did those convert into sales? So there's going to be a lot of work that we need to do before we actually fund you, but we do fund marketing. It's just that a lot of people kind of think marketing is one thing, but it's not really. So we want to really understand what has worked in your business and how do you know that this is the thing to invest in and this will increase your revenue. It will definitely convert to sales.
Okay, no problem. I think I'm answered. But then I was referring to marketing in general because of like we've picked up that the department that is short is on marketing and sales. But then I've already partnered also with Skills Panda in terms of I've empowering youth also because of I've partnered with Skills Panda. They give me the learners and being their host and they give them working experience.
Okay.
So I think this thing also helped me in terms of like getting more. The reason why I've applied, I wanted to get increase in terms of revenue so that I can have a growth and also, for future. Yeah, thank you.
I see. Okay, we'll review what your marketing needs are for your business. Cedric, you are the absolute last one. I'm very sorry, everyone else that is following. It's not because your questions are not important. Tepi, you have your hand up. Do you?
Yes, you were actually speaking my mind, right? This is I actually wanted to speak onto the fact that the recording will end at 2:00. So obviously we've run out of time, so it won't be what's next. Yeah.
All right. Okay. Yes, Notando.
I was saying that since the questions were not answered for everyone, I think we can create like a group chat, including the ones that were not able to attend the session today. So it's going to be a combination of the ones that attended today and tomorrow so that we can actually answer their queries before they onboard on the system for 1A.
Okay, yeah. I agree with the WhatsApp group. Everyone has posted their numbers. I see a Hope had their hand up. Is it our Hope from Yes?
Yes, it's me.
I wanted to ask a question regarding because of I have a disability. I'm disabled and I'm currently having difficulties when it comes to reading and writing. So, but I want to participate because of I have a registered company, but it's a new startup. So I don't have a record regarding statement of money where you will see money in a bank transaction and so on. So it is a new business. So I don't have any money statement. So I want to know I will be able to participate in this group because of my disability, but I would like to participate and get knowledge. Thank you. That's
We
my
are
question.
we are a very inclusive organization. Hope, thank you so much for raising. That is a very important area in terms of addressing learner needs. There's different types of learners with different needs, and we try our very best to be very inclusive. So I would say that this is as much your opportunity as it is anyone else's. So please do go ahead, and we like to have the declaration up front, not as a means of just knowing what disability you have, but in understanding what level of support we can give you in terms of making the experience as rich as everyone else's. So yes, please, you are as much a part of this program and a candidate as anyone else, and we would be happy to support you as long as we understand what your needs are. We are very open to that.
So who will I ask for if I would like advice or support, or if I need assistance for something?
Everyone on this call is a resource to you. You can escalate your matter to Primi, to Tepi, to Tando, to KK, and we are all on standby to assist you. I think that the best person to probably reach out to as a start is KK, because he manages the online program. But of course, we support each other as well as a team. So if there's anything that I need to jump in on, or Rodzani needs to jump in on, or Sally needs to jump in on, we will all do so. So KK is your point of contact, but everyone else on this call is your core delivery team and available to assist you.
Okay, thank you for that.
Okay. Guys, thank you so much for your patience and for staying right to the very end. We are gonna wrap it up at this point, and then continue the conversation on WhatsApp. I just want to reiterate that by virtue of being on this call, you are accepted on the program, because you have gone through the questionnaires and you've answered the questions. Okay, so let's continue the conversation then on WhatsApp and see if there are any other particular needs that we haven't quite met yet. Okay, and if you've joined today, you don't need to join tomorrow unless you just want to listen in on what other questions come up. Maybe something will spark something with you. But if you are here today, you don't have to attend tomorrow.
Thank you
Thank
for
you
having
very much
us.
for a very informative session. Thank you very much. Much
Thank
appreciated.
you very much for having us. We
It's a
appreciate
pleasure,
a lot.
everybody. It was nice to meet you. We look forward to seeing you on the online
The
program.
best. The
Okay,
best, the best.
thank you.
The best, yes.
The best. Yes.
Thanks,
Thank
guys. Cheers.
you.
Have a good
I appreciate.
afternoon.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you very much.
Bye, everyone. Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Bye. Have a good afternoon.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
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 This is V. Is this you?
Bye, everybody. Bye.
Bye. Am I the only one left? Oh, okay, no. Okay, Tippy, I think you can end the call. Bye, everybody. Thank you for joining.